With the regional fourth round upon us, I'm Matt Goul along with Robert Rozboril here to talk about some of the games this weekend. State semifinal games for everyone in Divisions 2 through 7. Of course, Division 1 state semifinal is really a regional final, and two teams we're familiar with, and that's Stow and St. Edward. Rob, and you've seen Stow a lot this weekend. What are you thinking about going into this matchup?
Well, I haven't seen him this weekend. I saw him a lot this year, though. I mean, Jason Goul and Cal Van Treese, they have one of the best running back quarterback relationships you're going to see on the field. I mean, the way that they are able to play off of each other, with the option that they run is tremendous, and it works very effective for them. I mean, defenses, we've seen time and time again get fooled by their play actions and whatnot, and both can run the ball, and obviously Van Treese can throw it. They have some decent, some pretty good receivers over there. Joe Andrace, Monty Board, Logan Lindsay, a lot of playmakers over there.
Well, one team that it's going to be tough to fool is the St. Edwards Eagles front seven, and that's Cal Reynolds had a fabulous game. Actually, everybody on that defense had a fabulous game in their 33-0 shutout of Euclid last week. If they can stop a Euclid running game the way they did, how can they stop a Stow running game with Jason Goul? That's the question. I mean, if there's a team that's capable of doing it, it's got to be the St. Ed's team, and it's kind of like the irresistible force meeting the immovable object with this game.
I agree. I mean, it's going to be very interesting to watch.
And there was another game in Division 2 we wanted to hit on, and that's Hudson taking on Perry.
That's right. Hudson-Massillon Perry, they're going to be meeting this week. Hudson coming off of a big game against Mayfield. We knew all year that Hudson had a great defense. The question mark was always how they were going to score points. They figured that out. They just have found a way to score with Jackson Parker and Roman Moreno. Matt Restifo gets in on it too. He can run the ball. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. It's really interesting to watch how they run their offense and just how dominant their defense was this week. I mean, Mayfield had many opportunities deep in Hudson territory, and Hudson just did not let them get anything. They could not do anything on the ground, and even when they went to kick a field goal or wanted to punt the ball, they knocked it down. Now, that worked against the Explorers a couple of times. They blocked punts, and Mayfield ended up getting it back, but nothing to show for it in the end. So I'm really looking forward to see how they do against Perry. Their defense is really going to be at the top of the game with Keyshawn Sims. He's a tremendous running back for Perry. I mean, this guy is probably one of the best in the state, easily. And they actually have a 1-2 punch with him and Tevion Cleveland. So I mean, just when you think you've stopped one, you got to watch out for the other guy. I mean, they both got over 140 yards rushing last week.
Yeah.
Sims had 169 and Cleveland had 140. So.
Well, another game we wanted to talk about. Actually, there's two other games, and first I'll hit on it. The Division 6 matchup for Kirtland and Grandview Heights. Of course, Kirtland's been here before. This is their 5th straight trip to this neck of the woods, if you will. And Grandview Heights actually just coming off their first regional championship win last weekend. They defeated Fredericktown 25-14. Running back Rhodes Jump 141 yards and a touchdown. Also came up big on the defensive end with a fumble recovery for them. So you'll see him, and you'll see Joey Bates, of course, for the Kirtland Hornets. Another big game for Bates and Evan Madden this past weekend in their regional final win against Cuyahoga Heights. That was 34-13. And one last game we want to talk about, Rob, and that's Mogadore.
Over in Division 7, you got Mogadore. They're coming off of a big win against Norwalk St. Paul, and now they're coming in to face Danville, which is unbeaten this year. Get this, Danville gave up a total of 32 points during the regular season this year and have not scored fewer than 35, playoffs included. I mean, so this is going to be quite a tall order for Mogadore team, but I mean, Magadore's only got the one loss, and they've been very dominant here in these playoffs. So I think, with guys like Austin Williams, Luke Kramer running the ball, and then, Williams is also a fantastic linebacker alongside Nate Alexander. They got up on the line. You got Nate Confer, and Zeddy Pollock is such a versatile quarterback. He can run the ball. He can throw it. He also goes ahead and kicks his extra points for the team too. He kind of does everything. But Danville QB, Ridge Shaky Durbin, one of my favorite names personally that I've seen. They have some tremendous defense. I mean, they have, I want to say 6 shutouts this year during the regular season that they posted. 6 or 7. They have, and you know, as I said, I mean, they gave up 32 points all year. So
that's the defense they got to face. But one last thing I want to remind you, still got 2 weeks left to make your picks. If you haven't yet for our picks contest, which is sponsored by the University of Akron, go to cleveland.com for more info on that. For now, I'm Matt Goul. This is Rob Rozboril. Thanks for watching.